Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Golden Girls Coffee Klatch. I got with me my lovely sisters here. I've got Cleo, aka Dorothy, Marina, aka Sophia, and I am Sherry, aka Blanche. Judy, the cousin, may be joining us if she gets back home in time. Although we all told her, take your time, drive safe, there's no rush. It's
Well, she
cool.
actually says she says hello from the road. She's over
Right.
here in the chat
She's in the
section.
chat
Okay, so she's still on the
She's
road then.
she's
on
on
the
the
road.
road.
On the road again. Anyways, so we are here to do our snarky political readings like there's nothing to talk about right now, right? Oh my God. This man is definitely making my gray hair grayer and my wrinkles deeper. There are some weeks I feel like I've aged 50 years in a day. So it's like, oh my God.
Uh-huh.
And just too much, too much. So let's go around and say hello to everybody, see what's up with them, and give a few shout outs to those in the chat. And let's see, let's do that first before we get too crazy. We got
Yes.
357 Beagle, Heart Center Tarot. Who let her in? Same with Voice
Moderators, come
Off.
on.
Uh, Shining Love, Light, Truth, Wood Sprite, Tapioca Thievery. Hi, Karen. And Annie's Gifts. Judy's still on the road. Laura. Um, Terry's here. Jade is here. Innocent Potato is here. Nancy is here. Kathleen is here. Um, 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 Sonia is here. Gloria is here. Pastel Skies. Liz is here. Aaron is here. Janet Jackson is in the house. Um, and I think I've Petrichor is here. Okay. I thought I saw a newer name pop in there. And Marine. And that's everybody for now. So Cleo, what's up with you? What you got coming up? What's cooking?
Well, we got tomorrow Cool Crone Oracle, and looking forward to that. And then on Monday, I think I mentioned that I've started a new channel called Scuttlebutt with Cleo and Pearl. Pearl being my sister, you guys know her as the Cool Crone, but she's also Pearl, and that should be coming out a new one. We've done a couple videos, and we'll be doing another one that will probably come out. We're trying to put them out every Monday. So
Mm-hmm.
Monday will be our third video. And so anybody that is interested in subscribing to our new channel, please go to Band-Aid Tree Media, and that because that's what it's under, and then the show is Scuttlebutt with Cleo and Pearl. But Band-Aid Tree Media is where you should go, or I suppose Scuttlebutt might get you there too. And please subscribe to this channel because it's all political, and it's just it's we're trying to create an environment for a conversation for all people to join in on. And so eventually this will go live and stuff, but right now it's just us doing a recorded thing because we're new and nobody knows we're there. So that's why we need subscribers. So that's what's going on here.
All right. Well, y'all hear, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first. It's the first I'm hearing of it. So,
Oh,
um,
really? I
yes.
didn't know.
Band-Aid
Okay.
Tree Media. Absolutely.
And so everybody go and check that out and make sure you subscribe. And I'll pull it up after the show and put it into the description box below
Well, thank
so
you.
that y'all can just click that link if you want. And in the meantime, Miss Marina or Sophia, what have you
So,
got planned? What's going on with you?
well, tomorrow at, yeah, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. I'll be on Colleen's channel, the Cool Chrome, for Cool Chrome readings. That will be a lot of fun, as it always is. And then at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Allie is going to join me along with Sherry from Liberal Tarot. And it is Story in the Cards. So, yeah, be ready for it. A little lighthearted snark, just
Just a little bit.
just a little bit. That's a little bit. And then Saturday is the 16th Shine Your Light event, and that starts at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So join me. We'll be having, a couple old favorites that you like, and some. I think this time around, I have one new person that's going to be joining us, and that's Elspeth from the Painting Healer. So it should be a lot of fun. It's a great event, everyone. Come on over and spend a little bit of time in positivity and good vibes.
Oh, well, there you go. I love that.
Last but not least, for anyone who's interested in booking a reading or possibly signing up for a course or class, I'm offering 10% off all my services on the webpage, which is marinasheartcentertarot.com. And that's for the month of April, because effective tomorrow is my 5-year anniversary on YouTube.
Wow.
So I'm sharing it with everyone. And I do sort of want to clarify, if you book in April, whatever course, class, reading, whatnot, you don't have to take advantage of the service in April. You just have to book it and and process it and pay for it in April. But you can wait until May. You can wait until June. It's whatever's going to suit your schedule. So there you go.
There you go. Well, thank you, ma'am, and happy channelversary a day early, 5 full years.
5 full years.
I think I hit 5 years, or is it 6 years? 5 years. It'll be 5 years in August for me. So
fabulous.
Wow, you guys have been here a long time. I have not been there that long. No.
Well, you've been here that long or longer than that. You just haven't been on camera that long.
Or with your own channel.
There you go.
So
no, I
had my YouTube
I've been here about 3 years.
Yeah, I've had my YouTube for years and years and years and years and years since it first started, but I don't count all those previous years because I wasn't doing anything. I didn't know you could do anything on it. I thought it was just somewhere to go watch video clips,
Yes.
So, well, let's see. And with me, I've got my monthly date with Nate tomorrow afternoon at what time? At 2:00 Central Time. So normally we do Saturdays, but we both had some stuff come up, so we had to reschedule and we decided to do Friday. And then I will be offline Friday night because I'm going out to the club with my son to see Julian playing. So I'm taking a night off and just going to go kick back and drink a couple of margaritas and have fun and listen to some music and some chair dancing, and that's about the extent.
Yeah.
How whoop whoop I get anymore is I graduate to the chair dancing. And then Saturday, I'm going to have June Wagner come on at noon. She's a political tarot reader. I really like her. She's pretty much brand new. I had just noticed her and had marked down her info to get in touch with her. And then I had 2 or 3 of my regulars say, "Oh, you got to go check out this woman here. She's great." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, great." So I already had people plugging her for me. And so she's going to be on with me Saturday at noon. And then Saturday afternoon, I'm going to have my members meeting because I had to cancel last week. Family hullabaloo. And so that's all over with. And so I'm going to do my members meeting Saturday afternoon. And of course, the slumber party Saturday night. And that is about it. Oh, I'm going to be doing a pre-recorded show with Irish Granny Helen on Sunday, so it'll be on her channel. And I don't know if she's going to drop it Sunday night or Monday, but it'll be out within a couple of days of us recording. So that'll be fun. We always have interesting conversations,
Yes.
and so that kind of takes care of that. I haven't seen. Oh, Cleo already put the link in.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
you know, you got to go to that. Make sure you get media, not not just meaty, meaty.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all can click on it from the chat then, and go in and check out their new channel. And oh, thank you, Ennis Potato. This is one of my favorite shirts, and I've now lost so much weight that it keeps wanting to hang off and show my bra. So I have to make sure I'm wearing my blue bra under my blue shirt, so it's not obvious. And most of my favorite tops are now way too big. Where last summer they were all getting too tight. So that's a good problem to have, as far as
Yes.
I'm concerned. I'd rather them get too big than get too small. So, um, but
Yep.
other than that, so anything, I don't see any questions yet in the chat. Anything in particular y'all want to jump out of the blue with to get going, other than Dumpy Pants is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on us. He would he demanded the nuke codes from the generals, and they told him no. So he had a temper tantrum, and they threw him out of the skiff room. And then and then what else was it he did? Oh, he in like the same tweet, or I don't know if it was on X or if it was on True Social, but in the same message he put out, uh, the beginning of it was like, um, we're in the middle of peace talks with Iran, blah, 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 blah. And then we got like two sentences down, and we're getting ready to blow them out of the smithereens. So
Yes.
I'm like,
That's right.
okay, you can't even write on one topic. He's starting to type like he talks, even more so. Um, so
Well,
And if
I
you
love
talk
it that
to
they said no. I mean, you
yeah.
know,
yes,
that is, you know, and I saw a thing briefly with Barack Obama where he's telling, I don't know, I didn't actually see the video, but it had something to do, and again, I don't know if it was AI or if it was really Obama, but that, you know, that they need to take, you know, they need to take him out. They need to remove him from office because he's, you know, he's not fit to be president.
No.
If he's, you know, if you can't trust him with those codes, it's time to remove him. So
exactly.
more and more stuff like that's coming up. I love it, and let's just hope that pretty soon somebody takes action and does exactly
It
that.
does something. Well, I know Jenna Bush Hager, uh, W's daughter, that works for ABC. She just did a show where she did an interview with all four former presidents. So it was Clinton, it was her dad, it was Obama, and it was Biden. And um, they put like shortened versions of the four videos on YouTube. And so I got to watch them. I think it was Wednesday when it came out, and really left me feeling hopeful because of how hopeful all four of the formers were. They were
Oh
all
yeah.
like, yeah, we know things are crazy right now, but we're going to pull through it. because we always pull through it, and it's going to get better, and it's going to be a much better place. And so I'm like, okay, if I can get all four of them telling me, take a chill pill, bring it down a notch, take
Yeah.
a breath, you're going to be okay. It's like,
Yes.
okay, maybe I can do that. So,
So was that on the Today Show that you are
let's see,
talking about?
Today's Show. What are the ABC? I think it's
I think
ABC.
I think Jenna Bush or whatever her
Yeah,
name is,
Jenna Bush Hager is her name. Yeah,
Hager, yeah, and that she had all four presidents on there,
yeah,
and
it's for
somebody
the
some idiot said, "Well,
250th,
why isn't Trump on there?" Well, no,
because he's a current right now, and he's not a
right,
former.
right,
Um,
and
Yeah.
he's an idiot.
Yes. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah,
But
you don't want to have it. It's like having four high-ranking professors giving a talk, and then you've got the high school dropout going, ooh, ooh, I got a question. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, no, you don't want that. Mr. Carter, I got yeah.
Well, and Trump keeps doing so many things that are just unhinged, just unfiltered. I mean, he's really panicking about the upcoming election in November, about
Yes.
him, because he predicted, I think it was last year, that if he doesn't get, if the Republicans don't get the House and the Senate, that he's going to be impeached. And I'm
probably
like,
going to get
oh,
impeached before then. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, but this time I want an impeachment that actually does something, that's not just ceremony, that
right, yeah, not
ceremonial,
the
I should say.
ceremonial. Yeah, it's if you're going to
Yeah,
do it right.
yeah, take him out, get him out of there, because there's a problem.
Um,
But one thing he is doing, he's really fooling around with the mail-in voting, and so he got so pissed off that Virginia created a redistricting, and they voted it
Yes.
through, and it gives them many more votes, or many more uh,
districts.
districts. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Uh,
Yeah, they
so
went from I think from 6 to 5 Democrat, 5 Republican, to 10 Democrat, 1 Republican.
you're exactly right. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yes.
and it's like,
Um,
okay, can you hear me now?
and they're so pissed off about it, and it's like, well, it's not like Texas that just up and said, oh, we're going to just redistrict and screw what you think. No, they're following California's lead, and they put it in a special election, and we'll
Yes.
let everybody vote for it. Do you want us to do this or not?
Well, that
And
means the
it was
Republicans trying to do that, it just
over.
backfired. Backfired.
It
Yeah,
did,
The
but they're
Democrats went, "Oh, that's a
appealing
good idea."
it. Yeah, but there is an appeal that's been, because no, they um, the vote didn't go their way, so now they're going to whine and cry and go, that's not fair, it's fixed. And yeah, how many were mailed in votes? And so chill out, you lost. You
Okay,
lost.
but the mail-in voting thing, Trump has come out. Well, he
Yes.
came out back in, I think it was back in March, that he tried to change the mail-in voting. Well, now he's actually following through with it, and he's telling the U.S. Postal Service to not comply with, or actually, it's the Democrats are telling the Postal Service not to comply with what Trump did when he's trying to tighten the rules on mail-in voting. So, and those rules, let me see if I can find this here. Um, they basically, I don't know
well,
exactly how to explain it,
in,
but what he wants to
in
do
the
is
past, it was basically as long as your ballot was postmarked before midnight on election day, it was accepted.
Yes.
And
this
now they're
this
trying
is
to
a whole
say
new
it has to
thing.
be there and counted before election
Yeah.
day. And it's
Well,
like,
no, they're saying the post office has to determine whether the person is actually a citizen, or they're supposed to have a list of people from your voting polls or voting whatever it is, that says all these people are allowed to vote. And then they want the post office to go through and filter out the ones that aren't on the list. This is so bizarre and wrong and illegal.
That's not their job.
And not absolutely, it's not their job. And so the Democrats are trying to tell them that what the president is asking you to do is illegal, and they want
Yes.
them to ignore it entirely. We'll just see what happens.
And another thing he's trying to get done is he's been threatening all the blue states that you're going to lose all your federal funding if you don't turn your voter rolls over
Yeah.
to us. And I don't think there's been any states that have done that except for maybe
No,
one red state.
absolutely not, because they
But
are
the blue
protecting.
states are like, no,
They're
you can't have our
protecting. They're
voter rolls.
protecting their citizens. No, there's no blue state that's saying, "Oh, our voter rolls. Here you go." No,
Yeah.
no way in hell
No.
are they doing that. They
No.
are, the governors of those states are saying, "Forget it. That's not going to
Judy
happen."
made it.
Judy, look at you.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
Awesome. And you're in one piece, so you drove safely.
Well, sure, we'll go with that.
That's your story. and you're
Absolutely.
sticking to it. Okay.
That's
right.
right. I follow all the traffic laws.
Oh, me too.
I don't even do that just going to the
Yeah,
grocery
I'm
store.
sure.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Only once in my life was I caught speeding. Only once. And I was going downhill at the time.
Have you
And
followed
it was in a
the
different province. So I said, yeah, you want to come after me? Figure out where I'm going to live next. Bye.
Yeah. Me too. One time, I've only gotten one
Yes.
ticket my whole life, and I was doing 3 miles over the speed limit,
Oh, that's
38,
ridiculous.
35. I was like, are you freaking serious? I mean,
Yes.
it was, it was me in a ragtag car in the rich people's section, so they get a little bit out of shape. Of course, they're zooming by me, vroom, 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 50 miles an
Yes.
hour. Did none of them get tickets that I was aware of? But I got one because I was 3 miles over the speed limit. So, and it's the only ticket I've ever gotten in my entire
That
life.
happened to me in Washington. They gave me a ticket going 4 miles an hour over the speed limit because they
Wow.
know that it's not likely I'm coming back for court, and so it's an easy ticket, easy revenue for them.
Yeah.
So they love out-of-state license plates.
I just didn't think they even bothered to do that. That you'd have to be going at least maybe 5 or 10, not 2, 3, 4. That's ridiculous. I didn't
Yeah,
realize Washington State would do that.
That's people at the end of the month trying to hit their quota.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, that I
That's
do
right.
get that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of places in a lot of states, especially in the red states, where they have a quota they have to meet every month of how many arrests they make or tickets they issue. So
They vehemently insist that they don't have a quota here in Oregon and Washington. However, I've known several people who've worked for a variety of different police departments, and while there may not be a quota, there may be strict talking tos and also rewards for, getting more than others. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Might not
Wow.
technically be a quota, but there is definitely incentive.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind
there
of like
you go.
what's happening in Iran is not a war. If you listen to most
Right.
of Trump's supporters,
Right.
it's not a war. It's a conflict. What's
Or a
the
police
difference?
action.
It's an illegal.
Isn't that what they call Vietnam for decades? It was a police
Yes.
action, not a war.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
tell that to the guys and gals that were there. They might have a different story.
Yeah. Years and years ago, I was a coordinator for a program that brought in foreign exchange students, and they came from different parts of the world. And the idea was that they would spend a high school year in Canada to improve their English and so on. And I had in my group one lovely, lovely guy named Jacob. He was from Denmark. And so we had there was a tour that was arranged, and part of it was Washington. So here we are. We've got our guides. He's got his umbrella so that we all know who it is. And this guy looked like he was ex-military, right? With the buzz cut and anyway. And he kept, and as we were going down the Vietnam Memorial, which kind of takes you downhill on a little bit of a slope, so that you start off with the names are here, and the next thing you know, you're anyway. And he kept referring to it as a conflict, as the Vietnam conflict. And Jacob said, "Excuse me, how many people have to die before you call it a war?" And this guy was like, really taken back. And I thought, good for you, kid. That's what the rest of the world wants to know.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's I don't have words for it.
Trump calls it a war, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Well, he does, and then the next sentence it's a peace talk, and then it's a war, and then it's a peace talk, and then we're blowing them up, and then we're not, and so it's like,
so you think that's a confusing message? Is that what you're saying?
You think? Just a little bit.
I don't think he knows from 1 minute to the
He
next.
only calls it a war when he's responsible for ending it, and he can add it to his state tally.
So soon I forget.
Yeah, but and somebody forgot to tell him that you can't get credit for ending a war when you're the one that started it. That's like telling an arsonist, good, you put out 8 fires, even though you started all of it.
But isn't that what Trump does on everything? He is the one that starts the conflict and then turns around, does something, and goes, "Oh, I saved the world. I stopped this from happening."
Yes.
Yeah. Well, especially on
According
the wars.
to his count, he stopped 8 wars since he came in a year ago, January, and I'm like, what 8 wars?
Yeah. Nobody knows what they are, but that's okay.
It's like Melania's 5 languages.
If you say it enough, then people just heard it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So Pennsylvania passed their resolution for redistricting, temporarily redistricting their voting districts, which won by like an overwhelming margin. It wasn't even close to being a tied deal. It was like way out there. And so,
are you talking about Virginia?
Yeah, Virginia.
Yeah, not Pennsylvania. So Virginia, yes, they really kicked ass, and thank you, Virginia, because that's going to be very helpful. That's what Trump is so irritated about. He's already called their election rigged. And he also came out and said briefly, and I could only find it one time where he said, any time there's an election where the GOP doesn't win, it's rigged.
It's rigged. Yes.
And I'm thinking, oh God, what are you talking about? Why would you say such a stupid thing? And to embarrass yourself that you are continually making up stuff? He's still hell-bent on 2020. He's still worried about Biden he was an illegitimate president. I'm thinking, no, you're an illegitimate president. And he's still thinking about that.
Put this up. Evidently, Tennessee passed a bill designed to restrict and surveil gender-affirming care, the trans registry bill. And they want to know, will it get challenged? So,
will it be? I am so...
I'm so sick
just
of this
disgusted. Crap. Well, I'm so disgusted that they should pick out people, first of all, it doesn't do anything for the safety of our country, or it doesn't say anything about our country. It just says that people are narrow-minded and want to go back to the 50s and don't want to accept anything that's different than them. I don't know why they keep doing this, and I know they may have a little bit of an argument about the sports thing or something. Oh, you know what? Is this helping to put food on the table? Is this helping to bring down the price of gas? Is this helping to get out of a war? No, and it's just I think a little more empathy towards these
It's a
people that
distraction.
Yeah.
it is a distraction.
Yeah.
And
Well, Tuesday's election, we got
That's all it is.
unexpected
It's just
results, which is actually we expected it, but it was unexpected results for the Republicans because they lost across the country. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fabulous.
oh, too bad, so sad.
Yeah. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. And, the idea that, I mean, I think people generally tend to judge Trump by their own standard. And by that, I mean, if when you are a person with morals or character, you find what he does abhorrent because you could never see yourself acting the way that he does or saying some of the things that he does. He doesn't have that filter. It's not there. To
He doesn't
him,
have any filters anymore.
no. What he says to you at this moment, he believes it. And then someone says, "Oh, Mr. President," and he turns this way and they ask him the same question and he's got a different answer because he doesn't think. He doesn't do anything. He's just talking BS.
Sherry had talked about the presidents, the 4 presidents.
Yes.
And we had talked about way, way last year. I can't remember if it was like summertime or fall, but and a lot of other psychics were saying that the presidents and people in politics are going to be coming together to help solve this problem, to help
Yes.
get rid of Trump, to help bring down the heat and turn things around. And I think we're now finally on the precipice of this by, just having those 4 presidents on, I believe it was the Today Show with Jenna Hager, that, they don't mind talking to each other. They're not all
Yes.
Republican. They're
No,
not
they
all
were all like,
Democrat.
they were showing some behind the scenes clips where they were like, because it was for the 250th birthday this summer,
Right,
America's
right.
250th birthday. And so it was the 4 formers. It was her dad, W, and it was Clinton and Biden and Obama. And as they were like coming and going into the room for the individual interviews, you could see them running into each other and then stopping and hugging and carrying on and
Yes.
cutting jokes and and just being silly like overgrown little boys.
Yes.
They were all just having a good time, hanging out together. And like I said, after watching the video, I was so encouraged because of how hopeful they all feel about the future. They were all really blunt about things are bad right now. Things are probably going to get worse before they get better, but
Yes.
this is what we're seeing. This is what we know from whom we're talking to. And I would trust their insight over jumpy pants any day,
Well,
Yeah.
and then, also the fact that we predicted this months
Yes.
and months ago, that this kind of thing, we didn't know exactly how it was going to come about, but we all talked about that there's going to be a bunch of powerful people getting together to help, and very subtly, very quietly, and also that the military was going to be involved. And boy, is the military going to be involved now that they're taking out all these big generals and stuff.
And
But one,
they just fired the Secretary of the Navy.
yeah, again, they're still doing that stuff, and now people, especially the higher ups, the people in the knowledgeable people that can actually help do something here, are saying, "No, wait a minute, this is wrong. This is wrong."
Yeah.
But I did want to mention that Michelle Obama and George Bush, they're good friends.
Yes, they are.
It's like the best love story in the world. I mean,
Yes, they are
I think one of
decent
the
human
best
beings with
pictures we
different
ever
political
saw.
views.
I think one of the best pictures I ever saw a photographer grab was the first event that was done after Obama won the first time, and when they came out, W and his wife, I forget her name,
Laura.
Laura, isn't it Laura Bush?
Yeah.
They were like standing on the stage, and Barack and Michelle came out, and Michelle came out, immediately went over to W and put her arms around him and gave him a hug. And he kind of leaned back, and it was just this look on both of their faces like, I'm in heaven right now, just,
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
and
that's
then
cool.
and then of course him, slipping her candy every time
Yes.
they get together. He brings mints for her, and
Yeah, mints, he does.
Love it.
White House
Well,
mints. How old
pay
are those
attention
now?
to the information starting to come out too, because he's starting to stoke the fires of stolen election again, so that when we have the midterms, he's going to try to get them all riled up to have another
Oh, yeah.
Jan 6th.
he's
So,
priming the pump.
there's-
So yeah,
They're starting to stoke those
He has
fires
to make
already.
it. He has to make it to November.
And that they're not going to want to certify them right away. That they're gonna want to go through all the courts and challenge all the elections, and they're not gonna be installed right away.
I am seriously doubting if Moses Mike is going to be there to run the House in time for the elections.
Yeah.
I've done several drawings from questions I've been asked the last couple of weeks where my cards were coming out. Yeah, he's not there. He's gone, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can go with that. Really easy. So, and I could be completely wrong, completely off base. I'm just going.
Well,
with
I
a
know
couple
other
of reasons
people,
I got.
other
So,
psychics have speculated
I
that,
think it
Sherry.
depends
and,
on. I think it depends on how much progress we make. Like Election Truth Alliance, if you haven't seen their latest video, they're making some really good progress for the legal fight. So a lot's going to depend on them, I think, and then also the more information that continues to come out. If we can start eliminating the regime with treason or illegal deeds or whatever, and a lot of it's going to depend on that. But if we don't make enough progress with that, if somehow it's stopped or whatever, then that's going to be the challenge. But
yeah.
well, the challenge will be getting.
If
I know with Election Truth Alliance, I mean, they've been coming out with some
if they need
really good
F-45,
stuff, but people are paying attention to it now. Regular people are paying attention to it, saying, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah,
I've seen several pundits suddenly talk about
they've
them.
really been making progress.
Yeah.
I just noticed Jerry Gold back at 7:33 made a comment. The felon is making demands of Canada prior to agreeing to even sit down for trade negotiations. Will Canada stand firm and walk away? 2 words. Mark Carney. And yeah, he can threaten, he can cajole, he can do whatever he wants. And yeah, Canadians are not coming to the table, and Mark Carney is not coming to the table as long as he's going to have a hissy fit and act like a toddler, because you cannot have a rational conversation with a toddler. And as a Canadian, quite frankly, I think most of us would doubt anything that would come out of those negotiations, because you've kind of proven that we can't trust you. So it's going to take more than.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Shocking.
Well, and the fact that he attacked the Pope this past week,
Yes.
you know, and issuing death threats to the Pope. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not Catholic anymore, but it just seems to me it's like there's certain lines you don't cross
You just
just
don't do that.
it's like yeah,
Yeah.
don't piss off the Pope because
No.
the Pope has their own army, they have
Well,
their own people and they got like tentacles all over the world
Yes, they
of people
do.
who can come in and do something.
it's completely disrespectful to every Catholic in the world, let
Absolutely.
alone, and to the Pope himself. I mean, it's absolutely unthinkable that somebody would say something negative about the Pope or draw the Pope into this whole thing.
Nothing there.
Yes. Yes. And the conversation is, well, the Pope shouldn't be making comments because, the Pope isn't supposed to be political. You don't bring religion into politics. Okay.
The church has
So
always been political.
Yes.
Always.
Mhm.
Yeah. So then, for those people
I
who
mean,
say, well,
that
we
is
need
that
to
is
bring
quite
back-
frankly why Christianity is a thing. It's to keep.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
so
Christianity
then, does that mean
and
you wanna
Catholicism
take-
is literally to keep kings in power and keep peasants compliant. Literally.
So then we need to take prayer out of the school
So, yeah.
because religion doesn't belong in politics.
Bingo.
No,
Right.
that's different. No. The
Bingo.
Pope shouldn't be involved in politics, but politics can be involved in religion. It doesn't make sense
right.
to normal people because it's a fallacy. It's just the lies you
Yeah,
tell
let's
yourself.
talk turning point.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yes. Yeah.
Turning
Totally.
point in schools.
Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Oh, I
So-
just found it totally insulting. I mean,
I'm all
not,
for
I'm not
separation of church
Catholic,
and state.
but that doesn't make any difference. It's the Pope. It's the next thing to Jesus on
Mhm.
earth, for crying out loud. You got the Pope. So, and,
Yeah, Donald. Have
And
you
yeah,
met
there
his
have been
boss?
some really bad popes in the history of popehood,
Yes.
but in the Catholic Church isn't, as clean and sparkly as they like to pretend.
Yes.
But they also do a whole lot of good for a whole lot of people in
absolutely.
areas that don't get any help at all, so you can't just like paint them all with the tar brush, although there's probably a good portion of them that you could paint with a tar brush. So it's one of those either or. And now this is the second pope in a row that's been very progressive and forward minding for a pope
Yes.
leading the church, so it's especially this current one, Pope Leo, is like the dude's from the south side of Chicago. You
Yeah.
don't screw with people from the south side of Chicago. I don't care if he's the Pope or not. You just don't go there, It's like, does anybody remember Al Capone? Just from the south side of Chicago. As silly as it sounds, and I know people are gonna really rag me on this. Oh, the church is so bad, and da 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 da. Yeah, I know, I get that. I'm not trying to minimize that. I'm just saying that in terms of respect for different religious leaders, it's the same with the rabbis or the imams or the whatnot. You want to provide the same level of respect to them as you would to the Pope. It's just that with the exception maybe of the Muslim faith, the Catholic Church is like the longest running religion of all time. Well, along with the Jewish religion. So the Muslim religion, the Jewish religion, and the Catholic religion they've been forever and a day at some point or another. Um,
The Catholic Church and all the other churches, they are at their core, they are institutions. And any institution is only as good as the human beings behind them. So you're going to find, wicked people, evil people, nasty people, liars, thieves, adulterers in every single institution, because sometimes that's the nature of humanity. Is those are the people that we sort of, I guess, maybe rate ourselves against, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not like so and so, right? So yeah, the Catholic Church is not the best church in the world. I don't think any church is the best church in the world. Why not just go with, be kind to others. Don't be mean. Don't steal things. Don't tell lies. Those things, whatever you want to call that religion.
Well, and also, if you're a pedophile and a 34 count convicted felon, and somebody that is totally disrespectful to women, that feels it's okay just to approach them and start kissing them and doing other things, that you got caught trying to do something to, what's her name, Eugene
Carol.
yeah.
Yeah, and that she has received a judgment in her favor for what was it, 84 million now or something, that I doubt he'll
Something
ever
like
want to
that, yeah.
pay. But I mean, all these things that stack up, it was a big mistake that the country voted in a con man, and then you expect to get a different result from this fool, and you expect it to be different than it was in his first term, the way he so gracefully handled the pandemic and could have cared less if we all died or not. I mean, this is the problem with, the country as you just got to get a grip and realize you made a mistake, and it's time to start
Yes.
changing things so that we can get this right again. And
Yes.
this
Well,
thing with the
and to
Pope is
bring
just
up the pedophile point
Well,
is
the
that
sycophants
now the
won't though. I
Republicans
mean,
are trying to pass a rule of law. I don't know what it is they're trying to do that's going to give immunity to Ghislaine Maxwell and
I just heard that.
completely
right. Yeah.
wipe her slate clean and make her immune. And it's like, excuse me, she was convicted with evidence.
Because they want her testimony. There is
Yeah.
plenty of testimony on Cheeto Hitler and
Yes.
him being proven that he is.
Yes.
I mean, he has had more court cases for sexual assault, and many of them have been dismissed, and the lawyers admit that it's because their clients have been given death threats by him and his lawyers, and so they got scared and backed out. And the ones that didn't settled out of court also. So there's so many of them against boys and girls.
Yes.
And yeah, no. There's so much out there that is public record that people can look into if they wanted to, but the sycophants won't. Their response every time is, well, what about Obama? Well, what about Hillary? Well, what about Joe? Because they put out that
Yeah, what about them?
Yes,
right?
exactly.
No, they're not. That's just typical gaslighting by Republicans.
It's craziness, and it's just, I know we're just all looking forward to a day when this is not so, we can get through a day without just being exhausted by the continual crap coming out of it's not just Trump, it's the Republican Party. They've decided to back him up 1,000%. You people, I'm sorry to say, you're going to be in trouble somewhere down the road. I don't know when,
Yes.
and it'll take some time. This other stuff will happen first, and then down the road, a lot of people are going to have to answer for certain things. But what did you call him, Judy? The Cheeto pedophile? Was that what you said?
Mussolini?
Cheeto Hitler.
Oh, Cheeto,
Oh,
but we
Cheeto
don't. Yes,
Hitler. Cheeto Hitler. Oh, same thing. Cheeto pedophile.
Well, it's just
yes.
when I had a conversation with one of my faculty this afternoon who's from China. And we were talking about some of the stuff going on with the current occupant. And I stopped and I looked at him. I said, wait, I said, what country are you from? And he went, China. And I'm like, oh, well, then you already know what this is all about. He's like, yeah. He's like, now I'm here. I'm in the middle of it again. And I'm like, well, they're not going to revoke your visa or anything. He says, I have to renew it next year, his H-1B visa,
Yeah.
because he's teaching here. And I'm like, well, hopefully they'll have all of these nutbags cleared out by the time you have to
Yeah,
renew.
really.
And you won't have to
Really.
worry about getting sent back. I was like, because that would really suck, because he's a good teacher. And he's doing a lot of good research. And we just started talking, and I was, it was nice to talk to somebody who grew up in a country that's been under the thumb completely, and have them be as progressive minded as he was, which I didn't even realize. We'd never really discussed politics. It just, we kind of got off on that conversation. I don't even know how. And but it was interesting to see that he was like it was like, yeah, I've gone from the frying pan into the fire. It's like I went from one bad situation into another one.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. And
so
down here, Innocent Potato says that's what fascists always do. They want to wear you down so you give up. That is absolutely true. And if you guys start feeling like that, just take a little breather and get back on the wagon, because no, we're
Yeah.
not giving up. Nobody is giving
No.
up. We're not going to allow this complete corrupt idiot to take over the country of 250 years of democracy. Absolutely not. And that we're celebrating that this
Yes.
year. I mean, no, it's not going back. It's not even going back. We've never had anything like this. So
Yes.
don't, but I'm glad you brought that up, because yes, it gets exhausting, and it does feel like, oh God, I give. I just can't take it. If you feel like that, just give yourself a breather. Go watch a funny movie or something. Get your mind on something else,
something,
because
anything.
the only way this will change is by the people. It'll be the people, the voters, the citizens that stand up. All you protesters, you are part of what's going to happen to make this change, because people will see, there's something's clearly wrong,
You
and it
want
needs
Yes.
to
something
be
funny to
changed.
watch? I discovered a new comedian slash magician slash drag queen, even though she's a female, this past week. Her name's Lucy Darling. And oh my freaking God, she is hilarious. She's she's like, her whole persona is a super camped up 1950s sex pot kind of
I think
woman.
I know.
And so she's very much into that. She wears the evening gowns and what, she is so flippin' hilarious. I swear to God, I've been watching her nonstop. It's like every time I see a heading, and I think, okay, I need Lucy. And I go find a
Oh,
video with her just to laugh for a few minutes. She's great, y'all. Y'all got to check her out.
if
Um,
it's the same one that I'm thinking of,
she wears the
I
big bouffant red hair
yes,
in
yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes,
And
and
she's
calls out
from
people
here,
in the
but she
audience.
talks like
Yeah.
I think she's from the hill country or something. But
Yes.
so she had to learn to speak with this British accent that she uses, and she's like making herself in the image of like Jane Mansfield and
Yes.
and Ava Gardner and
Yes.
women like that from the 40s and the 50s who were these
Yes.
sex goddesses, that
Yes.
had that. She has a stunt she'll do on stage when she's messing with some of the men in the thing, and she'll like drop a hanky on the stage and go, oh, it's so far. And somebody will get up, go get it, hand it to her, and then she'll like drop it again. And she just is freaking hilarious because she gets
Yeah.
these big old guys that just knock themselves out. Get up, get on the stage and go pick up her hanky and give it to her. And of course, everybody's roaring with laughter. It's hilarious.
Perfect.
But
Yeah. Love
she's,
it. Love it. Love it. Yeah.
yeah, if y'all want a good laugh, if you need to cleanse the palate, go check her out. She is fantastic. Um,
Absolutely. And I think Karen Tapioca Thievery, I think she said that she's Canadian and that she saw her in December.
Canadian.
Fabulous.
oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize
Fabulous. Saw her
that's
in
right. She is
person.
Canadian. Now that she said it, that just clicked the memory for me. Yeah, she is
Yeah.
Canadian. So, um,
Yes.
and but yeah, she's and she kind of mimics like I said, the sex goddesses from the 50s
Yes.
and kind of incorporates the drag queenery ness of it, and she's fantastic. Y'all just have to go watch her. Lucy Darling. That's all you need
There you
to
go.
put in
Yes.
there. You'll find her.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
And
Terrence is, yeah, she wore a beautiful red holiday dress. It was to die for.
she
Yeah.
wears these gorgeous evening gowns and stuff. It just absolutely gorgeous. And so it's all part of the persona of this
Yes.
character that she portrays. So and she also does magic tricks. So,
Ah,
so a little bit of everything. Um,
wonderful.
but so anyway, but y'all don't let the news drag you down.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just so many topics that we could have hit tonight. I know we're out of time. Um, just trying to hit everything. It's people are tired. They're just tired of the whole mess. I see um book saying something about fatigue is actually, yeah, it's everyone's fatigued, everyone's tired, they're and that's been their whole MO is chaos.
Yes.
It's like they're not just doing one thing and everybody can kind of activate against it. It's like they drop this A bomb over here, and then before you can get five people to look, they've got three more they've dropped over there. So it's this constant bombardment from all different sides that's
Yeah.
just absolutely just exhausting is what it
It
is.
really is.
And it can get very depressing. So um
Just keep a positive mental attitude and know that this
yes.
too shall pass. And think of it as watching a cartoon of, Bug or the whatever in the Roadrunner and
Kitty.
yeah, and you know what's going to happen. You anticipate it, but you're there to watch it. Just don't emotionally engage with it. Just think
Yeah,
of it as a comedy. Here we go. What has he done today? Oh my God. You know, and it helps to not take it
Well,
too
at this
serious.
point, we just need to sit back and eat our popcorn because they're attacking each other and
oh
taking each
god,
other out. So,
they can't
I
throw each other
mean,
under
they're
the bus
destroying
fast
themselves
enough.
right now because all rats leave a sinking ship.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw a clip this morning, Moses Mike, and reporters were hitting him about some stuff on their side, and why they demand that the Democrats make somebody being unethical getting out right away, but when it's a Republican, it's oh well, we just have to look into it and let them, have their Jesus moment and come clean with it, all that nonsense. And that man was literally running down the halls trying to get away from the reporters, and they were not letting up on him at all. And he literally shut down action today in Congress. It's like they're running scared. They don't know which way
Yeah.
to turn because they're getting hit by their own people about do something about it. You know, it's
Mhm.
um,
Yes.
even the rich people are like now starting to say, "God bless you." Do
Thank
something about it because they're
Yes.
starting to lose money. And you know, when the rich people start losing money, that's when heads are going to start rolling because then Congress isn't going to get their money, their kickbacks. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to close the wallet on them, and so I mean, you got to play with what you got, right? It's
Yep.
may not all be right, but
Yep.
you got
Yes,
to do
Terry
what you got.
Mullins, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Absolutely. That's
That's
all you can
it.
do. Yeah. Wow.
That's it. So.
I can't believe the hour's up.
I know it's already been an hour. I'm glad Judy was able to make it and join us at least for
Yeah.
half of the show.
Hey,
We were
Judy.
worried about you driving too fast and getting here because we all started out with just drive safe. And make sure you go check
Never.
out Cleo and Pearl's new channel, and that's been in the chat, and then I'll go pull it up and put it in the description box. And a big thank you to Marina. Glad she's feeling better today after a rotten day yesterday, and I'm hanging in there. I'm going out tomorrow night. That's all I can think about. Mama's taking the night off, and I'm going out. I have me a couple margaritas, kick back and
Yes.
listen to my guy Julian play. So that's all that matters.
That's
So
good. That's a good plan.
there you
It
go.
is. And
I think I need it more than anything else.
alrighty. So next one, which is going to be on the
Yes.
7th, and I'll be hosting that one. Woohoo.
Yay. Already
Yeah,
we're going into May. Oh
I
God.
know. I
And
know.
then the 21st will be Judy.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Cool.
Yes, ma'am.
Not
And
crazy.
then whatever the one is in June, the first one in June will be Cleo. So
Maybe. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Well, fabulous, fabulous, everyone. This
Yes,
Thank
is
you,
thanks
everybody.
to the chatters. Thank you guys.
And absolutely, y'all put some good questions in. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of them. We tried to kind of touch
Thank
base
you.
on most of them. So
Yep.
it's just too much crap. I'm telling you, it's just too much.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm sure you're going to catch all of this somewhere tomorrow on air. So just
Yep.
tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be here. And bye for now.